So I wanted to do a quick video because in a response to everybody who keeps asking or posting or saying that just because I want businesses to open back up or just because I want real estate to become an essential business, that that I don't care about people dying, and this isn't just me. I've seen this on many discussions, and every single time a business owner says, "Oh, I think we should open back up," or start to slowly open back up, immediately there's someone who says, "Well, you just must not care about people dying," and that first of all, that assumption is absurd. I don't know any business owner out there that wants anybody to die needlessly, but I think, in my opinion, in the opinion of a lot of others, that this could be handled in a better way. There could have been better balance between businesses staying open and trying to attack the coronavirus in a meaningful way. So, right now we're sort of at a crossroads with this, and there's two choices. The coronavirus isn't going away anytime soon. We know that. All the experts say this is going to lead on into the summer, could lead into the fall. So that means we're left with really two choices. Number one, keep everybody on lockdown, total lockdown, until this virus completely goes away. And then there's no more new cases. There's no cases out there that can be transmitted. Or two, start to lift the restrictions and let people get back to work. The only way to completely get rid of it is to lock people down for months on end. You just can't do that. You're going to destroy the economy irreparably if you do that. So, and you're never going to get rid of all of the cases, which means as soon as that you do ease up on businesses and let people back out there, the spread is going to start back up again, and we're going to sort of hit like another curve. So why drag this out longer than it has to be? In Pennsylvania, and a lot of these statistics are even higher for the United States, but in Pennsylvania alone, there's 1 million small businesses, and they employ 2.5 million people. That accounts for 46.7% of the Pennsylvania workforce, and that's as of 2018, a report done in 2018. Well, and that accounts for small businesses account for 44% of Pennsylvania's economic activity. So by keeping us closed for longer than the end of April, a lot of these businesses are going to be put out of business permanently. They're never going to be able to recover from this, which means family life is going to change. Kids' lives are going to change. People who poured their heart and soul into starting these businesses, they're never going to get that back. And if you're someone who's never started a business, you'll never understand what it takes to start a business, and the sleepless nights and wondering if it was the right decision, if you're going to go bankrupt. Is your idea going to make it? You just can't understand that unless you've ever started a business. But beyond that, I think the long-term harm from keeping businesses closed, that's going to affect us way longer than the coronavirus will. We know from 2008 that 2006, 2007, 2008, whenever the last recession hit, that suicides rose 4 times higher at a rate 4 times higher than they did in the previous years. So as businesses don't recover from this, you could see higher suicide rates. You most likely will see higher suicide rates. Domestic violence increases. The domestic violence rate for households that are financially sound is 2.7%. For households that are going through financial difficulties, that jumps to 9.5%. So you're going to see domestic violence on the rise. You're going to see, and then again, that affects children, that affects families. You're going to see alcoholism on the rise and drug use. And these are all problems that aren't just going to get fixed whenever the quarantine is finally lifted and the businesses that made it are able to finally continue. There's things we could be doing right now for the car industry, for the construction industry, for the real estate industry that could be following the CDC guidelines and still practicing safely and keeping things going. In Pennsylvania, the real estate economy brings $130 billion to Pennsylvania's economy and accounts for 16.4% of Pennsylvania's gross product. nationally, every two houses that sell create one job for America. So whenever you have real estate shut down, that's a huge impact to the economy, to the workforce. Now, fortunately, most states, including the hotspot states, have reversed their decision on real estate, and they're now essential. Pennsylvania, while we have, especially in Western Pennsylvania, while our COVID-19 cases are relatively low compared to the rest of the country, we're still considered non-essential, as are car dealerships and construction can't operate. And these are all industries that could be following CDC guidelines, meeting with less people than you meet with at the grocery store checkout line, yet for some reason we're still not essential. So when business owners say that they want businesses open back up, they're not being greedy. They're not, they're not being greedy. They're not being careless about the lives of others. We could still lock down the vulnerable, and if you're afraid, then fine. It's your choice to stay in place. Don't go back to work. Stay home voluntarily. If you're working from home and still collecting a paycheck and you're able to continue working from home, then fine. But I don't think that we should be forcefully locking down other businesses that could be operating under CDC guidelines and still operating safely and meeting with less people. A car sale takes 2 to 3 people. You could be meeting individually. Test drives could be done. There's still construction. You have crews on a construction job site, but they're spread out. They're never huddled together. They're all spread out. So there's plenty of businesses that could be opening back up. So this has nothing to do with disregard for life. Nobody wants people to die from this, but there could be a better balance between getting businesses open and still slowing the spread without having to choose one extreme or the other.